We can work with this. So this is the Nickelodeon cartoon tier list compared to the last time we did Cartoon Network. We're going to give Nickelodeon its fair shot. Because again, if I've said it once, I've said it again. Late 90s, 2000s, there was not a better time for cable television when you were a kid. All three companies, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, they were firing on all cylinders, giving us kids both quality and quantity. Like, it was an amazing time.
Oh, yeah.
And
so
I'll always cherish it.
Here is our tiers. So,
this
time around, we have...
we actually have an F this time.
We have... This is a bit more traditional, I think. Because this is more like a grading scale.
Yeah, all right. So, S is still top tier of top tier. Okay, so want to just get started?
And not watched. I'm glad there's a not watched. I hope they're not watched on...
Want to just get started?
Yep. Wild Thornberrys.
B. I think B is fair for Wild Thornberrys. I will say this. It did have Danielle Harris as the older sister.
Yeah.
Of course, it has Tim Curry as the dad.
Yeah.
Nigel, who became a meme. You know what? It had Lacey Chabert as Eliza. I think of a kind of good... I'm actually remembering the show as we're talking about it. I think I like the movie. I actually want to give it an A.
I was about to say, dude, I'm thinking...
the
only problem I ever had...
He was voiced by the Flea from Red Hot Chili
Peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the voice.
Like, yeah. But here's one thing I gotta say about this. It's not even a criticism. It was originally going to be an educational show, and it does peak out every once in a while.
Okay, we got SpongeBob SquarePants. The first 3 seasons in a movie would be beyond S, but we have to consider the show as a whole. And unfortunately, only
we can't put it in A.
1/4 of the show is the only good part. But there are some... occasionally they'll get a good
11.
episode. Yeah, occasionally...
All of season 11. Most, except Square.
But even during the dark days, they would crank out a few better episodes. So I think B for SpongeBob.
Yeah,
it's only because of the...
consciously...
If it just stopped at the first movie, like Steven Hillenburg wanted to, I think it would have been beyond us. But Rocket Power.
This one I've got a kind of mean opinion of.
I was going to say A, but I want to hear yours.
Okay.
I love Rocket Power.
I am going to put it in A, because I still think it's great. But
God,
it is so dated now. Dude.
Yeah, it did.
It is the most dated show.
It was late 90s, as early 2000s you could get. Because that was the extreme.
Why I cannot...
It was the extreme sports
Why I can't put it under A, though, it's because that was my... jam, that was my time.
Well, not so. It was that opening song like "We are riders on a mission, action, then play position, rocket power." All right, so yeah, A for Rocket Power.
It actually predicted the GoPro too.
As told by Ginger, that was more my sister's show. I didn't hate it. I'll put it in D.
Yeah,
D.
I would put it in a middle C.
Yeah, C's fine. It wasn't a bad show.
It did do one thing that I think other shows on this network we're going to be talking about are going to be doing this better.
Here's one
controversial opinion.
Yes. Fairly Odd Parents. I'm going to put it in B with SpongeBob because it's the same situation.
Yeah.
Like OG Fairly Odd Parents was great. After SpongeBob, it was the best show. But as Invader Zim Acid, who did love Invader Zim?
I feel like that's gonna be S+ if it could be.
Chalk Zone, A tier. I loved Chalk Zone. Had a catchy theme song. Loved the episodes,
and not to mention the ends.
Yeah, not to mention just the animation, like how they actually made the chalk look like chalk.
Yeah. Another thing about Chalk Zone I like, weirdly enough, it was also non-standard length. Yeah. There wasn't any like half 11 type stuff. You could get 3 or 4 episodes in one.
Okay, Adventures of Jimmy Neutron. The only reason why I won't put it in S is because I feel like it should have gotten one more season to just kind of wrap up all the loose ends, and because like the finale was kind of,
it was kind of a just.
Because I remember in the finale, it was like Miss Lady Sings the News. All it was Libby showing River a secret. And yeah, Jimmy and Cindy did get together at the end, but it was like so glossed over. But it was still a great, funny show. So A is fine. CGI is a bit dated, but I still think it holds up fine.
It does its job.
Believe it or not, I think the show's CGI holds up better than the movies.
Oh, most certainly.
Okay, All Grown Up, along lot of people hated this show. I liked it.
I think I like it a lot, actually.
I think, I'll put it in B.
B.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I actually think they did a good job. I think it is very believable where the babies would grow up as. Like, one thing I loved was, like, how Tommy was always the leader, like, the one who... I thought it was great how he became a film director. He wanted to be a film director. I thought that made sense. Dill being the weird kid. I think that was fun. Chucky,
I will say
too
one
obvious.
thing for sure.
I thought they did a good job.
The one thing is that I really didn't like and why I wouldn't put it any higher than that is because, God, they did not... Angelica kind of wasn't as bad of a character here, but she still got the shit beat out of her metaphorically.
All right. My Life as a Teenage Robot. Esset. That was one of the best shows.
So good, though.
Jenny Wakeman was a lot of people's waifus. It awakened a lot of robot fetishes for a lot of boys. Not me personally.
Treated poorly. Treated so poorly.
Yeah. Not me personally, but it was still a great show. I just love the show regardless.
Season 1 somehow.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Watch the Zone Tan parody. That was a fun one. If you remember, it was those Zone cartoons.
I don't know.
Doug.
I don't like that one so much. Doug is a B.
Doug is
that.
Honestly, I'm an S for Doug, but how about we meet in the middle and go A for Doug? It was one of the original Nicktoons.
Actually, I don't know though. This is a hard one for me because
we're gonna just pretend Disney didn't even.
Okay, hold on. Are we okay? I got a question because Doug can go an S for me too, but I got a question here. Are we assuming when it was out or now? Because there's a big difference for me here.
Well, because here's the thing. I'd say both. I'm considering both nostalgia and now. I think Doug still... Doug is kind of like,
I think it's an S.
Doug was not supposed to be like a very comedic show. It could be funny at times. It was more of a slice of life show.
I feel like Doug it has to at least be A if we're considering both.
How about A feels fine. It probably wasn't an S, but Doug, it was a slice of life show. Doug, you could relate to the characters.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. My thing with why it was going to be lower was because there's been so much good after it.
All right. Danny Phantom, I'm going to put an A. It's not like Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob where the multiple seasons. They only had one bad season, but that's still a 2 out of 3. That's a passing grade for me, so that's A.
Yeah. Avatar, personally,
that's S. Like, I'll be honest with you.
Come on.
I only watched the first 2 seasons. I never watched the third season because that, unfortunately, by the time the third season came out, I was watching adult cartoons. I would love to go back and watch it again, but I remember as a kid, loved it. It's easily Nickelodeon's best show. And here's the thing. I always said, like, Avatar proved something. It was proved that when us Americans put our minds to it, we can out-anime the people who created anime.
Oh, well, certainly, dude.
We did it. Avatar is better than every anime ever created.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
All right.
Cat scratch.
I
love the jokes. I love the jokes.
I'll never forget this joke. Me and my friend Andy Ross. Remember Andy Ross?
Oh, yeah.
We would always love this joke. It was when the cats did that typical, divide up the house storyline. Waffle took the bathroom. It's like, before I can let you use the bathroom, you have to go for the Waffle World orientation video. Waffle World was founded by Waffle and named after Waffle. Waffle World's main export is Waffle, and has a population of 1. I also love the fact he turned the bathroom into a gift shop. The X's, D. That wasn't that good of a show, but it wasn't F either. LT Grade, D. That's the same vein. TAC, F. That was a crappy show. Back at the Bar, F. That show was awful.
Blah.
I like the Mighty B.
It's annoying as hell.
It was a C at least for me. I like the Mighty B. It was fun. It had Amy Poehler. She's hilarious. I love Amy Poehler. No joke.
Yeah, she's just
no joke. She's one of my celebrity crushes. I love her to death.
Something that's fine. Yeah, see.
I like them. I'll fight you on that one. But Back at the Barnyard, I watched that show. I hated every minute of it, but there was literally nothing else on.
I don't even know what this
Camp Lake Bottom, I think was or something. I don't know. Never not watched.
Not watched.
The Penguins of Madagascar. Not watched it.
I will give it a C. I think it was actually...
Oh, the Rugrats. That was the breakthrough one of the original 3 Nicktoons.
Now, I have to sadly put it next to SpongeBob and Fairly Odd
it's
Parents.
the same situation.
And, okay, also, another thing about this...
In all fairness, I do think Rugrats is better than All Grown Up. I'm going to move All Grown Up to C.
Yeah,
I think that just makes more sense.
But here's the thing. with SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and Rugrats, it's just kind of like our last video with the other OG and Cartoon Network stuff. If they would have ended earlier, they'd be S's.
All right. Fun fact about this next cartoon. Nickelodeon had 2 choices to pick up a show. They had either Adventure Time or Fanboy Chum Chum.
And they picked the wrong one.
F. Just for that choice alone. F.
Yeah. Dude, like...
Planet Sheen, F.
Hold on a second. Can I?
Yeah, we can actually add one.
Add one. Add.
Yeah, here we go. Add a row below.
Yeah. Now give me the mouse. Give me the mouse.
Yeah, just add one more. Just what's worse than F? No, Fanboy and Chum Chum. I hated that show. Planet Sheen, no. F with everything else. No, yeah, we'll just put a no as well. It's worse than F. Tough Puppy was a C if I ever saw one. It was average, beyond average. Tough Puppy. Winx Club.
Actually, not a bad show.
I thought it was a D. Kung Fu Panda: Legends of Awesomeness. That was a D. It was not F, but it was not that great.
It was not crazy.
It was a Legend of Korra F. It started out good, but it finished terribly.
Actually, I will go ahead.
You know, F is too harsh. C it. You know, middle of the road. Like
I don't know, dude. F isn't too harsh for one reason.
Why?
The flip off. Okay, you remember the flip off moment where they were about to talk about Zuko's mom?
Yes.
So.
F,
I will veto you.
I never watched whatever that is.
I've never even seen those characters. It looks scary.
Okay.
TMNT.
I'm gonna put an A, only because it was actually one of the better. It's actually one of the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reboots. It is the first season's animation is a bit rough. You can tell, but by the end of it, by season 2, by the end of season 1 and season 2. Beginning of season 2, again, my only problem with the 2012 show is by the time we got to season 3, they really got hammered in like 80s nostalgia. Like, look at this, we've brought back this we've got like Muckman and Eyeball Joe. Also have this character and all that stuff. But it still was a lot of fun. And,
they showed off all the turtles really well.
Yeah. It was the first show that took a chance and didn't make every turtle a clone of themselves. They actually gave them different designs to match their personalities, and I love that. And I am glad that future incarnations took note of that. I love that.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I was in high school at the time, so I had a crush on that version of April because she was also in high school. The only thing I think the show, I liked that version of Casey Jones, but I definitely felt he needed work. But he was interesting. I gotta say. And I did like the petty love triangle between him and Donatello. Them trying to one-up each other. I thought that was fun. So yeah, I think A for 2012 Turtles is a fair.
Very fair.
Monsters vs. Alien. Never watched it. That's the one that's the one DreamWorks show I did not watch. So, okay. Sanjay and Craig, F. That was just that.
Nope.
No, you know what? Put it up to. You know what? They did get Snoop Dogg. Put it in D just for that.
But damn it, Snoop Dogg, you made me put Sanjay and Craig in someplace higher than no.
Okay, Ren and Stimpy.
I respect it more than like it.
Here's the thing. Ren and Stimpy was a phenomenal cartoon. I personally didn't enjoy it, but I do acknowledge it has a huge fan base. I acknowledge it was one of the most. Ren and Stimpy walked so Ed, Edd and Eddy and SpongeBob could run. And we're not even going to talk about the creator.
That's going to count for something.
We're going to put it in A, and we're not even going to get into the whole Ron K thing because, yes, he's a monster scumbag, but we're not talking about separate the art from the artist. We got to do that sometimes. Ren and Stimpy, again. All right, so Breadwinners, F. That was just a regular show knockoff.
No, it was. Hey. Apologize to regular show.
All right. What's next?
Next is, I probably should just scroll down a bit.
I've never watched that.
Harvey Beaks?
Never watched it. I think that was also created by C.H. Greenblatt.
I actually am going to put it in a B.
B? We don't have a lot of B's, so yeah,
so,
I'm fine with it.
I don't think you ever watched it.
All right, I don't know what that is, so... Wait, is that Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket? F. That was one of the worst... That was one of the most ugliest cartoons I ever watched. Just ugly. Disgusting. I did not like looking at it.
Now, Loud House.
Loud House, a
I will
lot of
have
people
to
really
give it to
love.
B.
But I've never watched it, so that's all you.
There's some
Bunsen.
whenever Loud House is bad, it's horrid. Like, we're talking worst episode of SpongeBob horrid.
Oh, God.
But there's amazing episodes.
Okay, Bunsen is a Beast, F. Just for being created by Butch Hartman alone in his bad days.
Yeah.
But I did watch some of it. It's just an annoying show. What is it?
Welcome to Wayne, man.
Never watched
Wayne.
it.
Welcome to the Wayne.
Never watched it.
Never watched.
What the?
Kid Danger.
Never watched it.
Happily.
Rise of the Teenage... Okay, it's a B, only because the animation is phenomenal. Seriously, that animation has no right to be as good as it is. That is phenomenal animation. I'm talking like Trigger Anime Studio level. But it does have a lot of funny jokes. Donatello is hilarious. Me and Josh talk about how much we love Donatello in that show.
Donnie is just...
I did actually have a few of the toys. But I definitely think it's not bad. Like everybody, it's the B. I feel like B's fine.
Yeah, B's fair. What is that?
Never watched it.
I'm gonna just say not watch.
Rocco's Rocco. Like who didn't love Rocco?
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna S it.
I'm not gonna argue with that. I did really love Rocco.
I loved it when I was a kid. I love it more as an adult because it has so much.
Yeah, it had Steven Hillenburg before he did SpongeBob. He was a writer. He was a writer for the show. So yeah, Real Monsters. I actually loved all of it.
I love it.
But
its
I wouldn't
dark
put it,
humor
I wouldn't
is
put it in
so
S,
good, but
A
for sure.
Kablam.
Kablam, I have to give Kablam at least a B.
I gotta go. You know what? B sounds right for Kablam.
Because here's the thing, I think it's a perfect show for '90s kids.
Yeah,
it was.
Not
Perfect
they had
for its
Action
time.
League now, and they had Kiss, and they had voices. So, Hey
yeah.
Arnold, I would put. God, I did love Hey Arnold a lot. We all did. I'm gonna have to go S for Hey Arnold. I gotta be honest with you, especially since they came back with the movie. So
that's the thing.
Because I loved.
That's why Doug got lower for me.
Yeah, because Doug has a nickname called Diet Hey Arnold, even though Doug came out first. But
yeah.
Okay, the Angry Beavers. I'm gonna go A. I did love the Angry Beavers.
love me some Angry Beavers.
What were their names? Daggett and
Norbit
and Daggett.
Yeah.
Okay, Cat Dog S. I have nothing but love for Cat Dog. I gotta be honest.
I gotta say, I don't love it now.
You know what? S is kind of too generous to Cat. I'm gonna put an A next to Angry Beavers. But Cat Dog was a great show.
It was a great show.
It was actually my first cartoon I was obsessed with when I was like 3. In fact, my grandpa to this day.
Casa Grandes. Here's the problem: is I've not watched Casa Grandes. I've heard it's kind of bad though.
It's just a spinoff of The Loud House, so I've never watched it. I'll be honest with you, I've never watched the rest of these. So.
Never heard of that one.
I will say this: I am very pissed off right now because there's no. Want to know why I'm pissed off?
What is that?
No Kappa Mikey. No Kappa Mikey. That was one of my favorite shows on Nicktoons. You know, just an American cartoon goes into a Japanese anime world, and he sticks out like a sore thumb. Great premise right there. I love that show.
I'm gonna say,
I think it was
on principle.
Yeah. The thing about Kappa Mikey was it was a great show, but wrong timing. It was just when anime was starting to get its boom here in America. If it came out just a little bit later, probably like late 2000s, early 2010s, it probably would have done phenomenal. But
yeah.
So this is the Nickelodeon tier list.
Hey, John editing this. Hey, John editing this.
Hey, John editing this.
S tier Kappa Mikey.
Yeah, just put Kappa Mikey there in the S tier.
Okay. We good?
Yeah,
Kappa Mikey S.
Yeah, actually, it's more of an A, but I'm fine with S because I did love Kappa Mikey. Not to mention, it had an awesome theme song saying, "Hey, hey, look, look, rocking the streets. Don't you see the man? He's Kappa Mikey."
Yeah, buddy.
I'm fine with this.
This is a pretty
Nickelodeon tier list. Okay, thank you for watching, and now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Disney Channel.
Yes, sirree. If you guys liked this tier list,
to be honest with you,
be a lot of tier lists, and we got one more major tier list to go in the cartoon series. Thank you so much to George